We're stressing the fact that that's Shema, that Hear, O Israel. That's how it reads in the Greek version of the Old Testament, known as the Septuagint, and also in the New Testament. In the Old Testament, you have the Lord is one, the Lord alone, and various translations are less specific and clear. But in the Greek New Testament, following the Greek Old Testament, it says, the Lord our God is one Lord. So you say to your child of 2, how many is one Lord? Well, it's one Lord. So it's been dawning on us. I think I regard myself as rather slow in the uptake here. But if I come into the room saying, I'm Anthony, you don't all begin to argue about how many persons he is. This is amazing when you think of how this Trinitarian idea has really blinded and confused the minds of millions upon millions of people who said we accept it because the church councils told us, on pain of death. That's a terrible amount of power, isn't it, to exercise over people's minds. So, did you know that in the Bible, God says of himself, his name is Yahweh or Jehovah. It may turn out that Jehovah is more correct. It doesn't matter, because the New Testament makes no issue out of how to pronounce the name in Hebrew. But in the Bible, I think 187 times, God says, I am Yahweh. How many persons is that? One. Isn't this amazing? And yet some of your friends will get very upset by that idea, because the church has taught them that God is 3 persons in one God. That is actually transposing the whole discussion into Greek philosophical language. They say that God is 3 persons in one, and the Greek word is ousia, meaning being. Well, that might be fine. We all agree that God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit have things in common. We know that they have the same qualities, but we don't know that all 3 are God themselves. That would be 3 gods. So you have what we might call a veiled, cleverly concealed tritheism out there. Now, how God deals with that, as Carlos was saying, let's be generous, let's be kind to everybody. We know their sincerity. Let God deal with that. But we're trying to sound like Jesus when we say the Lord our God is one Lord. And the scribe, the Jewish scribe who heard Jesus say that, he said, you got it right, Master. You're absolutely right. That God is one and there's no one else like him. Ask your 2-year-old, how many persons is him? 1 person. Isn't that amazing? Thousands upon thousands of times in the New Testament and the Old, God describes himself as I, as me, as mine, as myself. So I've been saying this to people. Elijah said, I alone am left. Elijah was distraught because there were all of these pagan worshippers who'd abandoned God. He says, even I, Lord, am the only one who's being faithful. Nobody's going to argue about how many persons Elijah was. But God says exactly the same. Even I, myself, am Yahweh. No one else. This is an extraordinary miracle of misunderstanding. It defies ordinary language. Ask your 2-year-old. Your 2 or 3-year-old, just learning to speak, knows that I means I. It's amazing. Think about that this week. Don't let that just, pass over you. Think about it and then appreciate the understanding that you have with that.